Hey guys, so today I'm here with the Hyline Offroad Rock Slider set, fitting all 1997 to 2006 TJ Wranglers, excluding those unlimited models. So this is going to be for the TJ owners who are looking for maximum side protection and even a little bit of underbody protection with a rock slider. Now, one of the most vulnerable areas on your Wrangler is your rocker area as well as your pinch weld underneath. So you definitely want to keep it protected from any of those lower obstacles on the trail, like stumps or rocks that you may come down on. This option by Hyline is going to do a fantastic job of keeping that rocker panel protected. You're going to have some heavy duty steel up top on the side here, as well as wrapping down underneath. So if you come down on anything, this is going to take the blow. This is also going to have a welded tube on the outside, which is going to have some steel plating up top. Perfect if you need a boost up into your Wrangler, especially if it's lifted, because it can be a challenge. And I do like the fact that they have a plate up at the front as well as down at the door, so that's going to give you a boost up into your Jeep. But if you have anything on top of your Jeep, like a roof rack or anything, this is going to help you have easy access to that. Now, this is going to be a heavy duty plated steel providing that protection. It's also going to have a nice e-coating underneath that is going to be rust resistant, and a nice textured black powder coat finish on top. Protect that steel from any rust or corrosion. What it's also going to do is help you achieve an aggressive and off-road look to the side of your Wrangler, especially with these riveted accents here. So this is going to be one of your more expensive choices at roughly $335. Not your most expensive, but definitely one of your more premium choices, but you can tell that within the quality of this step. It does have some really clean welds on it. It does have a very quality powder coat that you can tell is going to last a very long time, and overall it just looks very clean. And it also is attached by not only the rocker panel here, but underneath it's attached by the three body mount bolts. Now, some other options on the page may only connect by two, so this is going to be a little bit more structurally sound, and I do like that, especially when providing you that protection on the trail. Nonetheless, this is going to look very nice mounted up to the side of your TJ, and it's even going to be American made with a 1-year warranty to keep a little bit of peace of mind. So install is going to be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. We are going to have to do a little bit of drilling, but it's nothing you can't do in your driveway in a couple of hours with some basic hand tools. So speaking of the install, let's jump into that now. Tools I used for this install were a clamp or a couple of clamps, a pair of scissors, a drill, vice grips, a 3/8 inch drive ratchet, 14mm wrench, 8mm ratcheting wrench, 1/4 inch drive ratchet, a 3/8 inch, 5/16 inch, and 3/16 inch drill bit, a 16mm, 14mm, and 10mm deep socket, a 3-inch extension, a 7/32 inch Allen key, a center punch, small pry bar, and an impact wrench. You're also going to need a jack and a couple blocks of wood. So the first step of our install is to remove our stock side step. You are going to need a 10mm socket, and I would recommend an extension with this as well, and then we can head underneath the Jeep. So you're going to have a series of 10mm bolts. There are 3 on the back, and then there's going to be 4 up front. You're going to have 1 in the back there. It's going to be a little difficult to see, but it's going to be on that back corner. All right, then we can move up to the front mount. Then we're going to go ahead and take off this fender liner extension. You're going to need an 8mm ratcheting wrench or an 8mm socket. We're going to remove the 3 bolts that are holding it on. So the rib nuts were spinning in the back, so what I did with the two rear ones was just put a pry bar behind the washer on the bolt, put some pressure on it, and I was able to work it out. But that's not the case with this front one, so I took a pair of vice grips and clamped the back rib nut, so we can go ahead and try to hold that rib nut still while we loosen up this bolt here. So now our next step is to take out our 3 body bolts, and that's what our side step is going to sandwich in between. So you're going to need a 16mm socket and an impact wrench or a ratchet in order to do this. So now with the help of a friend, we can go ahead and line up our rock slider into our body mounts. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure all of our holes line up, is just thread our body mounts back in. Now we do have to take the rock slider back off in a minute to drill our holes, but we want to make sure that everything's lining up. All right, so now what we want to do to make sure that our holes are lined up correctly for drilling, we want to get this as high as possible, and then we're going to clamp it onto the body of our Jeep. So we want to make sure that this is clamped up tight to our body so we can correctly mark where we need to drill our holes. So we're going to put one on the back here, and then we're going to head up front and add a clamp up there. Make sure that everything's lining up. After that's done, we can go grab our center punch. So next we're going to make a mark with our center punch so we can drill our hole. So once those are marked, what I'm going to do is actually take our rock slider back off so we don't chip any of the powder coating while we drill. So what I'm going to do is just pull this step back off. We can put this to the side so we can drill our holes. So our next step is to drill a pilot hole. I'm going to use a 3/16 inch drill bit, and then we're going to step it up to a 5/16 and then finally a 3/8 inch drill bit. You also want to make sure that you are being careful of the wiring harness that is on the other side of the driver's side. It is tucked up pretty high, but you just want to be mindful of that. Right, then we can step that back up to a 3/8 inch drill bit. So before we go ahead and mount up our step, we do want to make sure that we put our gasket in here. This is just going to ensure that this side step is not going to have metal to metal contact and scratch up your body paint. Now we can go ahead and mount this back up into place. So now we can line up our slider with our drilled hole and work our hardware in. You're going to have an Allen head bolt, and then you're also going to be provided with a rubber gasket as well. So we're just going to get our bolts through, and then we can attach our nuts on the other side. So I'm using a 7/32 inch Allen key in order to get these bolted up. So once that's through, we can take our nut and reach around to the other side and go ahead and thread that on. Now this is a little bit hard to see, but it's right on the other side of your inner fender liner, right there. And then we can take, for this front one, a 14mm wrench and hold that nut still, and we can just go ahead and tighten this down with the 7/32 inch Allen key. So then you'll be able to access the other 4 bolts from the inside of your door here. So we're just going to thread those on and then go back and then tighten them down. They are nylon lock nuts, so they're not going to thread on all the way. It's going to give you a little bit of pressure, but they'll stay in place for a very long time. So now I'm going to take a 14mm deep socket and that same 7/32 inch Allen key and go ahead and tighten these down. All right, so now we can thread in our body bolts. So once you have a thread in all of them, we can take our jack out of the way, carefully lower it down. So now with our 16mm socket, we can tighten up our body bolts. So that's going to wrap it up for my review and install. Make sure you like and subscribe, and for more videos like this, always keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.